All right, everybody, I apologize for the noise. I am on a bit of a time crunch to get a video out this morning along with lots of other stuff. So I'm cooking breakfast, which yes, is ground beef and eggs and half an avocado. Might not seem like much, but I actually quite enjoy it. I want to talk with you about the idea of, I think it's called carte blanche, the ability to do what somebody wants, and talking about that from an instructor's perspective, because I got a message the other day from a student, not one of my students, just somebody who's one of the subscribers, and he was saying, look, I need your advice and opinion, because I was in class the other day and I'm new, been training for 2 weeks. He goes with his friend, and he said he was listening with his friend, but he has ADHD. So after the instructor finished demonstrating the drill that he wanted everybody to do, the person who contacted me said, he said to the instructor, oh, I need some extra help. I need some extra help. And apparently the instructor just barked at him like, just go do it. And it really hurt his feelings. And now he's like, oh, I don't know if I want to go back. I guess would be the thought process. I don't know if I want to go back to that. But then he was asking me, is that something that I should be concerned about? Like, am I being a baby? Is this part of martial arts training? And many instructors, like I have a student, as I've told you guys many times, I encourage my students to go train at other gyms. So I have a student in town who trains at another gym, and he came back to me one day and he was like, oh, I can't walk very well today because my leg got smashed in low kicks. I'm like, oh, who smashed your leg? He said, oh, the instructor. I'm like, what? How many times? He's like, oh, it was sparring, but he smashed it and smashed it and smashed it. And I'm like, what the heck? Why? Like, I'll kick somebody's leg, but once they start, I see visible pain, I won't continue. So I think a lot of instructors, kickboxing, martial arts instructors, have this idea that I'm the instructor, I can kind of do what I want, there's no consequences, blah, 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 it's all for the good of the student. To a certain extent, yes, you have to push the students to an uncomfortable zone. You don't have to be a jerk about it. You don't have carte blanche to hurt your students physically. There's a degree of, yes, you can go in and sweep them and embarrass them and have fun in that aspect, but to actually hurt somebody, to prove a point that you're really good, or to yell at somebody when they don't get the drill. Like if somebody comes to me after the fact and they're like, oh, I don't get the drill, I'm going to walk over, and this happens all the time, even in my kids' class. I got like 6-year-olds and they don't get the drill. And I'm like, oh, okay, of course I'll come over and help you, but I'll say to them kindly, oh, maybe you need to pay a little bit more attention next time, so that I don't have to explain it to you every time. And I'll say that to them kindly, not making them feel bad, but just remind them that listening is part of it. Of course, we have to be careful with the power that we have, because when a student comes to us to learn, they are vulnerable. They are there to learn and they don't know what's happening. And it's somebody outside making lots of noise here. Sorry, on top of all this noise. Yeah, just the thought process is basically, no, it's not okay for an instructor to bark at you. Yes, there is a certain amount of suck it up in martial arts, but that's more so related to physical pain. That's physical. That's not, oh, somebody can legitimately be a jerk to you. If your instructor is being a jerk, they are hurting you physically to embarrass you in class, or they're hurting you for no reason. You don't have a fight coming up, you're new. I'm going, why? If they're barking at you in class, they need to remember it's their business, and you're a client who's giving them money. Just because it's martial arts doesn't mean that you can be a jerk. And well, yes, in many cultures, there is that aspect that, you push the student, it makes them better. We're in North America. It's not run that way here. People don't want to go on their off time, their free time, their fun time to be degraded. So I disagree. I think people should be pushed to their limits physically. I think it's okay to run up to somebody and if we're doing push-ups or multiple kicks, like, come on, you got this, you can do better, make it burn. Stuff like that's fine. To do something that actually makes them feel less than themselves, it's degrading as opposed to encouraging. I don't like it. That's just my opinion. You might not agree with it, but I wanted to say that for everybody on the channel, just so that I'm not only messaging back the guy who sent me the email, but I'm also telling anybody who might have this similar problem, because I have had people message me and say, oh, Gabriel, I'm having trouble at my gym. The instructor is not being very nice. There are just not a lot of, or there are a lot of not nice people in the world. And just because you're a martial arts instructor does not mean that you should have that ability to push and punish people. And my advice would be, find a new gym. Find a new gym. That's it.